please. Place your bets.
I've got 4.
10. 10 is the winning number. 10.
Mrs. Tomato, Wong San has just arrived. He's waiting for you at Mr. Lowell's, as arranged.
Eight is the winning number.
Oh, wait a minute, hold it. I bet on 8. This lady knocked it over onto 9, didn't you?
If I did, I wasn't aware of it.
But you must have felt it when you hit it.
I'm afraid I did not.
Well, then one of you must have seen it when she leaned across the table to make a bet.
8. 8 is the winning number.
I won, I tell you.
I'm sorry, sir, but the winning number was 8, and there's no bet on that number at this table.
8. The winning number is 8.
I said hold it. Leave the money where it is until we get this straightened out. I want to see the owner of this place. Send for him. Could have saved me all this grief by remembering.
I don't cheat for my friends. I could hardly be expected to cheat for a stranger.
There is little time, mister. He waits.
We will go now.
You're not leaving until the boss gets here.
Go, me, you fool.
I am the proprietor. Is something wrong?
You bet there's something wrong. I hit the winner.
Mr. Tomata, you honor my house.
Good evening, Hujan.
It is not often you favor us. A great honor.
Thank you. Good night.
Wait a minute. She knocked my bet onto a losing number, and your dealer won't pay off.
If there's anything due you, sir, you'll get it.
No ifs about it. I'm not going to lose $500 because she won't admit messing up my bet.
Then please permit the game to continue. I assure you this can be settled quietly. There is no need to create a disturbance.
There won't be any. Just pay off.
Show this gentleman to my office. I'll be with you in a moment. This way, please.
Place your bets, please. Place your bets, please.
Mr. Tomata, I trust you will forget this unfortunate incident and visit my house again soon.
It is already forgotten, Hujan. Good night. A rickshaw.
It is waiting.
Nissa,
Yes?
it is rumored that your Uncle Wong San has arrived,
Is it?
and with a fortune in his possession.
I know nothing of this.
I can remember a time when you...
That time is no more. Remember that.
I will try. Oh, what a pity things are no longer as they were. In the old days, you and I would have known what to do about one so foolish to pass through here, burdened with wealth of any kind. Yet in the case of Wong San, should you chance to learn of his whereabouts, it could still be mutually profitable.
I'm no longer interested in such profit.
You believe her, Pedro?
No, Tigress may change her name.
But not her markings. Follow her wherever she goes. Even watch her home. If Wong San is here, she will lead us to him. 1,000 pardons for the delay. It was unavoidable.
I thought you'd forgotten about me and my $500.
You do me an injustice. I have an excellent memory, Mr. Macmillan.
How do you know my name?
I can tell you the name and circumstances of a surprising number of people in this port. A necessary talent in my business.
A sort of sucker's encyclopedia?
In your case, yes. I know, for example, that you're an American seaman, an engineer, but you don't work at it if you can help it.
You've been reading my mail.
You don't get any. In my time, I've seen enough sailors who couldn't go home to staff a navy. What is it in your case, Macmillan? Whiskey? Or a woman?
I'll tell you the story of my life another time. Just fork over my 500.
I don't see that there's any need to give you anything. I have only your word for the accident, and the word of a drunken derelict carries little weight with me. You're lucky I allowed you in here. I'd suggest you leave quietly and refrain from entering my establishment in the future.
I won that money fairly, and nobody's going to cheat me out of it. Either you send for my 500 or I take this place apart. I don't squawk when I lose, but when I win, I expect to get paid off in full.
You will, Mr. Macmillan. You will.
Throw him out.
Thank you, Jean.
He's waiting for you.
It's good to see you again, Wong San.
The gods are kind.
Mr. Lowell hasn't arrived as yet. His ship was late, but he should be here at any moment.
I'm deeply grateful to you that you permitted Lotus to bring you here.
You can understand my concern. The treasure entrusted to me is valuable enough to tempt even the most cautious thief. And here thieves know no caution.
Unfortunately, it is already known that you have arrived.
That is unfortunate. Yet when a man travels on a mission as important as mine, it is impossible to keep absolute secrecy. And it is risky to remain in the city too long.
I am honored that you have decided to trust me.
You were my sister's child. And blood is the thickest bond of all. I'm not worried about you. But I do not know this man Lowell with whom you wish me to deal.
I vouch for him with my life. He already has my heart. We are soon to be married in Hong Kong.
Oh, that is pleasant news. I wish you both.
Oh, it's Paul.
Your fiance's prompt.
Evening, darling.
I'm so glad you got here. Wong Sang hasn't much time.
All right.
This is Paul Lowell.
I am honored.
It's a privilege to meet you, sir. Would you prefer we come straight to business?
That may be best.
Ever since Tamara first spoke to me of this matter, I've been making cable inquiries to London. Discreetly, of course. In the beginning, there was general disbelief that any Ming Dynasty pieces still existed outside of museums.
It wasn't until Paul sent in the itemized list you gave me that they even took him seriously.
You can imagine what a stir that created. A complete collection of priceless jade carvings over 500 years old. Why, there isn't a firm in my business that wouldn't cheerfully give a fortune for any single piece, if genuine.
I can prove the authenticity of every piece in the collection.
In that case, I'm happy to report Thurbers of London are willing to pay you £450,000 for the lot, through me, the day I deliver them in England.
Why, Paul, isn't that wonderful?
I do not understand. You are not in a position to purchase the collection for yourself?
Oh, hardly, sir. I'm only a small exporter. However, I am prepared to pay you £10,000 of my own money just to bind the deal. Tomorrow and I will cable a balance to you from London, just as soon as we've made delivery to Thurbers.
I would have preferred to have dealt with someone directly.
I doubt if anyone here could do that in a transaction of such size.
Perhaps when Paul will get to England, he might be able to get you more for the collection.
Yes, it's sometimes possible to do a little better if you're right on the scene. I assure you I'll do everything I can.
Please don't misunderstand. If the collection were mine to do with as I saw fit, there would be no question. But this collection is a sacred trust. The proceeds of its sale go back with me for the purchase of food, medicine, and housing for those made homeless by the war. I can take no chances.
But you won't be taking any with Paul. That's the point.
And tomorrow will be going with me. Unless, of course, you're completely dissatisfied with £450,000.
The price is more than fair. I did not expect that it would bring that much. You may notify Thurbers that the terms are satisfactory.
I'll cable them to that effect immediately. We should have their confirmation no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, I'll give you the £10,000 on delivery of the collection here in my warehouse.
Agreed. I'll see you here at 10 tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Lowell.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Wong Sang. And thank you very much.
And joy to you both. Good night.
You did it. You did it for me.
For us, darling. I'm not that unselfish. Your commission on the sale will make you a rich man. And I don't think I can feature myself being the wife of a poor one. Not even in England.
You'll be a grand lady in England.
Thank you, darling. Now we better go upstairs to your office and send that cable.
Let me see you home first.
No, thank you, darling. We haven't got much time to wind up your affairs, and the Hong Kong steamer leaves tomorrow at 6.
All right. I'll arrange passage for us and the collection from here through to England. You better start packing first thing in the morning. I'll be by to pick you up at your apartment, 5:30 to take you to the boat.
I'll be ready at 4.
Good night, darling.
What'd it be, McMillan?
Nothing. I'm broke. I need a berth, one. Just dropped in to see if there was anything going.
Sally Ann's in. I hear they're looking for an engineer.
Yeah?
Hey, you might talk to Frenchie. That's him over there.
Which one?
The big guy. The one with the skipper's cap.
Thanks, one.
Forget it.
Sir, I understand you're the captain of the Sally Ann.
That's right.
I've got engineer's papers. I'm looking for a berth.
McMillan. Huh.
I haven't had a drink in a week. You don't need an engineer. I can fill any other spot on your ship. If you'll only give me a chance, I need the job bad.
Now listen, you. I signed men, not rummies. Besides, I already got a crew. Now beat it.
But I'm off the bottle, I tell you.
Stop crying in your beer. You heard the skipper. Beat it.
He wants more.
Hey, you, McMillan.
What do you want?
I changed my mind. I guess I do need an engineer. Report to Sally Ann in the morning.
Aye, aye, sir.
They are beautiful. Don't you agree?
Exquisite. Every single piece a collector's item.
I hope you will forgive my haste, but I'm anxious to conclude our transaction.
Eh?
In delivering the collection to you, I have kept my part of the agreement.
Of course. The 10,000 pounds. I shall be happy to pay you. Now, if you'd be good enough to come upstairs to my office, I'll give you my note.
Your note? Our understanding called for cash.
But I assure you my note...
I cannot accept your assurance. I will have the collection taken out of here at once.
Look here, Wansank. Let's not be hasty. You'll get your money just as soon as Thurber's get the collection from me.
I'm afraid we cannot do business, Mr. Lowell.
Wait! I'm sure we can figure out a way to settle this.
No, Mr. Lowell. You may have been able to convince my niece of your honesty, but you can save your breath with me.
We're going to discuss this first. You're not leaving here until we do.
Let go of me.
Is that you, Frenchie? This is Paul Lowell. Send a couple of your men to pick up the crates at my warehouse right away. No, I must leave immediately. Yes?
Is that you, Paul?
Yes. I sent Jean on an errand. Poor girl, I'm rushing her to death, trying to get things wound up in time.
Please forgive the interruption, darling. I just had to find out. Is my uncle with you? Did he deliver the collection?
It's delivered and paid for. He left a few minutes ago.
Wonderful. Do you think we'll have any difficulty clearing it through customs?
My secretary is attending to that now. What about you? Are you packed?
Not yet, but Lotus and I are working like beavers.
Good. I'll be by at 5:30 sharp to pick you up.
See you then. Goodbye, darling.
Sweetmeats, ginger, lychee nuts.
Watch what you're doing. I told you the contents were fragile.
Ginger, sweetmeats, lychee nuts.
How soon do we sail, Captain? I'm rather anxious to get to the port of Tanhai before tomorrow night.
Well, I don't know about that. That's over 400 miles from here. We better get moving right away. McMillan, get below and stand by.
Right.
Cast off! Cast off! Shove off!
place is deserted, except for the corpse of Wong San, his skull, cracked like an egg. We are right after all. The tigress cannot change her markings.
A tigress will not kill her own. Besides, she did not leave her apartment.
Hu Cheng! Hu Cheng! I found him. He is a Porter Salian, bound for Tanhai.
How do you know?
The peddler. He watched him load the cases you seek.
Was he alone?
Yes.
A double cross as neat as they come, and nothing can stop it.
Except perhaps the fury of a woman. You do not speak. Is it because you cannot find the words? Had you put me in touch with your uncle as I asked, he would still be alive. You and I could have shared the profits of the transaction with him. But no. You preferred to turn the treasure over to Lowell.
We're to be married.
When you talk like a woman, you talk like a fool. It should be obvious to you now that he was only using you. He had not the slightest intention of marrying any but his own kind. At the moment, he has the collection on board the Sally Ann. He will have it at Tanhai before tomorrow night, unless...
Unless what?
A pirate with the skill and daring of Liu Ming could prevent that.
Liu Ming is dead.
It is Tamara who is dead, and good riddance. She had a short life, this Tamara. She only came into existence because the person of the pirate Liu Ming might offend the delicate sensibilities of so honorable a man as Paul Lowell. Well, he has killed this Tamara, your precious Paul Lowell. Now let Liu Ming be reborn again. And what Liu Ming acquires on the seas, Hu Chang will dispose of here, as it was in the past, with profit for both.
I have no crew.
The waterfront still sees the faces of the men who served under Liu Ming, and who will do so again for a price, should she seek them out.
One could not overtake the Salian with junks and sampans. I would need a fast boat.
I know of such. Round up your crew. The boat will be waiting for you at the old rendezvous. Good hunting, Liu Ming.
We should overtake the Sally Ann in a matter of hours. Once we come alongside of her, you know what to do. The things I seek are packed in wooden crates. You will take them off the Sally Ann as quickly and carefully as possible. One more thing. There's a man named Lowell aboard. I want him unharmed. That clear? Those are my orders. Board ship and cast off.
See something? Hey.
Huh?
Staring out there like you see something.
Nothing but water.
Well, that's good. I'll breathe a lot easier when we're safe in town high.
Why?
Well, this stretch is tricky. You never know what to expect from it.
Just like a woman.
I wouldn't know about that.
I would.
I do not know.
Get below and check the engine. One more hour and we could have caught up with them.
Well, this may not be serious.
Cannot be. Sally Ann will reach Tanhai within 2 hours. We must overtake her before she gets there.
Lu Ming, some of the wiring is bad, but I can patch it up.
How long will it take you?
Not too long, but I cannot promise it will stay fixed.
Do what you can, but hurry.
What is it, Captain?
Boat coming up fast. It's official. Might be the port authorities or maybe the police.
What would the police want with us?
There's nothing official about that boat. There are no markings on it.
I thought not. Couldn't understand your interest in it.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't give it a second glance. These are pirate waters. And I don't know what you're carrying in those crates.
Pirates? That's ridiculous.
Yeah? Suit yourself. I haven't got anything worth stealing.
Can't we go any faster?
We couldn't outrun that boat in a million years.
Got any guns?
I got one in the cabin.
Yet.
Well, not in your life. Here, put that away.
You just got through telling me that...
Yes, I know. I could be wrong. Just in case I'm right, we'll let them come alongside without any funny business. Now, those babies would just as soon cut your heart out for laughs. Now, keep that thing out of sight.
Ahoy, Sally Ann!
Ahoy there! What's the matter? What do you want?
We are out of drinking water. Got any to spare?
Get water from the next ship they meet. I won't be delayed.
Look, mister, you just chartered this boat. I run it. Hey, Sam, break out a gallon of fresh water.
Pirates!
All hands on the double!
Take him aboard our boat. Store these cases in my cabin. Shoot some holes in their fuel tanks and cripple this boat. Who's your engineer?
Talk.
McMillan.
Macmillan, step forward. Get aboard my boat.
Get down below, all of you. I'll blast the first man I see at the rail.
Get to the wheel and start those engines.
Pedro!
Get to the wheel, you, and stay alive. One more break, and I'll let Pedro have you.
Pedro.
I didn't mean to run out on you. I was going to send for you when I got to England. You know that.
Murder. Lie. Cheat.
Tomorrow, wait. What are you going to do? No, you can't. I'll make it up to you, I'll swear it. Nothing's lost. You still have the collection. You've no reason to kill me.
Take your hands off me.
You're not gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill anyone. In fact, you'll find out.
He would have killed you, Looming.
Strange. But I don't think I could have killed him.
There's a guy named Pedro and 8 other guys whose names I didn't catch or can't remember. They took Lowell in the crates and locked him in the cabin. The girl was the boss of the works. She's the only one of them that looked familiar. Young, dark-haired, pretty. Mean anything to you? Even if it did, you wouldn't tell me. But I think I know where I've seen her before.
You're lucky to be alive. Take my advice, friend, and forget all about it.
It's the second time I've been told to stop asking questions. It's beginning to bother me.
It's your skin. You take care of it.
Thanks. I will.
What, idiot?
Captain Lee speaking. Yes, Juan.
This is worth 3 times my usual fee. Yesterday afternoon, the Sally Ann was attacked by pirates under the command of Lu Ming.
Lu Ming? Are you sure?
Yes. And they took Paul Lowell, one of the passengers, with them. I have reasons to believe Hugh Chang was involved, since his man Pedro was one of the crew.
Can you tell me where Lu Ming is?
No, not yet. But I suggest a close watch of Hugh Chang at the Green Dragon.
Lowell deserved to die. I trust you were careful in disposing of the body.
Of course.
And the collection?
It is still on the boat, anchored in the cove. I left Jing and Gregor aboard with instructions to let no one touch anything without written orders from me. As soon as you have arranged a sail, send me word.
You may wait a long time. Let me show you something. Police. Somehow they must have learned of my connection with the pirating of the treasure. Because of it, none of my sources will even discuss a purchase. It will be impossible for me to dispose of it here as I'd planned.
Then we must take it to Hong Kong.
By now, the authorities in Hong Kong will have been alerted. It would be as difficult to dispose of it there as here.
Yes, you're right. Yet to delay disposing of the collection will make it even riskier. Once they pick up the Sally Ann, the charges will be murder, on top of piracy.
Then what do you suggest?
We will leave early tomorrow morning for Tien on the coast of Indochina. We should be completely safe in selling the collection there.
I understand from Pedro you had trouble with the boat. It would have to be fixed first.
There is no time for that. In any case, once Cam patched it up, we had no further difficulties. I will find another engineer as a precaution to go along.
Can we make so long a trip without refueling? We dare not put into any port for such a purpose.
I'm well aware of that. She will make Tien easily, with gas to spare.
I'll have Pedro help you round up a crew.
We will take no one except the man already aboard, an engineer and ourselves.
But surely Pedro...
The fewer who know of our departure, the better. We'll meet at the boat in the morning. Get a rickshaw.
I thought I'd seen everything.
Get out of here before I call the police.
Pirates don't usually do that. Not even lady pirates.
What do you want?
Money. You cost me $500 in the Green Dragon. Add that to 150, the pay I lost when you had me yanked off the Sally Ann, total $650. There won't be any extra charge for the crack on the head.
I owe you nothing.
You pay off, even if I have to beat it out of you. And if you haven't got the cash handy, I'll take a cut of whatever you got in those cases you and your killer stole off the Sally Ann.
Those cases are rightfully my property. Lowell was trying to steal them from me. I had to hire those people to get them back.
You're a liar. Now stop wasting my time.
Get the gentleman a chair, Lotus. That's the second time I saved your life, Macmillan. for a reason. This time you saved me the trouble of looking for you. Actually, I'm glad you're here.
I'll bet.
You claim I put you out of a job. Well, I have one for you on my boat. I need an engineer again.
I need work, but I don't need it that bad. Just pay off.
I haven't got $650 now. But if you take my offer and see me safely to my destination with those cases, I will give you $5,000 after we arrive.
You don't honestly expect me to fall for a gag like that. I've noticed a couple of guys ain't breathing because they've done business with you.
It's no trick. You're right about those cases. They are worth a fortune. But their contents have to be converted into cash. It means life or death for thousands of people.
Now I'm supposed to believe you're doing all this for somebody else.
I can't help what you believe. But with $5,000, you can get back to the States and...
What makes you think I'm headed for the States?
Wherever you're headed to, it will give you a start to do anything you want.
What did you do with Lowell? And what's in those cases?
Valuable antiques. Ming Dynasty pieces. All that's left of my uncle's estate. After I got them back from Lowell, I had no further interest in him. I don't blame you for hating me. And I'm truly sorry for what I did to you. I know I have no right to ask you. But if I swear that I haven't done anything wrong, and that I'm not planning to, and that you'll never regret helping me, won't you reconsider?
What guarantee have I got that you're on the level?
What guarantee have I got that you're not going straight to the authorities from here?
I must be nuts. But where and when do I start?
From here, in an hour.
I'll be back. I've got to get some things.
Without money? Call it an advance in good faith. To bind the bargain.
He is a stranger, Liu Ming. Wouldn't it be better to select someone you know?
He knows too much already.
I see you had no trouble eluding those who were watching you.
No, but we had better get started immediately. Sally Ann got into port about an hour ago.
Where are Ching and Gregor?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
When I got here, I found the cases intact in the cabin, but the rest of the boat deserted. I thought perhaps since you wanted so few to know of our departure, you ordered them off.
I gave no such orders. And I don't understand.
Is that your engineer?
Yes.
Ah, Macmillan, the unfortunate gambler. Let us hope you are more fortunate with boats. Don't make it necessary for us to have to find another engineer. Time does not permit.
Stop it. I'll have no more of this.
You'll have no more of me. If I'd known he had anything to do with it, I wouldn't have signed on for $20,000.
I'm not concerned with your personal likes and dislikes. We made a business arrangement.
You told me this was on the level. I know about him. Even his roulette tables are tilted. Get yourself another boy.
Macmillan, get this boat underway.
There was a word of truth in that yarn you spun me at your apartment, which I doubt. You're making the mistake of your life putting in with him. When this trip is over, you and I'll talk some more.
not very talkative.
There's little to say. I will take some lunch to Macmillan.
We will have to get rid of him before we get to Tien.
So Wu Chang is not to be trusted. McQuillan was right, after all.
You'd better speak to him. We may need his help.
I'm not so sure he will give it. No, you and I will have to manage alone. Once we reach Tien, we won't leave Wu Chang out of our sight. Start heading inshore. Tien will be just around the bend. Put on your lights as we enter the harbor.
I would suggest we do not go to Tien.
Why not?
It's too public. There is an inlet with an abandoned dock some 10 miles further on. In my opinion, it would be safer to head for that.
No, I'm in command here.
You were. I know you're armed. Give me your gun.
Your little playmate's running true to form.
I'll have need of your services for a while longer, until we reach the dock. Pedro is waiting for me there.
At that point, he gets rid of us and hijacks your stuff.
I underestimated you, Macmillan. Now, let's not keep Pedro waiting.
Here they come.
Pedro is dependable. It is all right, Pedro. They are unarmed.
You move too fast, Wu Chang. If one man boards this boat, Wu Chang dies. Drop your guns.
They're out of reach.
We'll need some boats.
The closest place to find them is Tin Harbor, but it'll be daybreak before we can get back.
Let's hope they don't have it fixed by then. Hurry!
The wiring's burned out completely. There's no chance fixing it. Trying isn't going to help any.
Lotus was my sister.
They found some boats.
Tonight after dark, they will come out and try to come aboard.
You afraid?
Yes.
Maybe we can make a deal with them.
You don't know them.
You know, fate's a funny thing. 4 days ago, I didn't know you existed. And now
We might die together, perhaps. Still, we have a chance. There's plenty of ammunition. They'll be exposed, and we have the cover of the boat.
Passing ship might tow us out of here.
Ships don't generally come this way. That's why he selected this spot.
Well, you'd better get some sleep. I'll give you 3 hours, then I'll take 3. That way, we'll both be rested by the time it gets dark.
All right. Macmillan! Macmillan! It's getting dark and the fog's rolling in.
We'd better get up on deck. There wouldn't be anything to eat on this tub, would there?
No, I've looked all over. We finished up the little I brought along.
Take cover near the wheel and keep your hand on the light switch. Pick off anyone who tries to board us from the bow. I'll cover the midsection and stern from here.
Thanks for sticking with me.
Ahoy!
breeze coming up. If it'd only blow this fog away, we could get a clear shot at him.
It'll blow away. You're earning your money, Macmillan.
Hang on. We've beaten them off. They've gone back to shore.
Doesn't matter. They'll try again.
We've still got plenty of ammunition. I'd better get back on deck.
Before you go, light me a cigarette, please.
Well, sure.
Have you ever been in love, Macmillan?
Why?
I know how it feels to be a woman in love. How does a man feel?
Can't remember, except that it goes wrong.
You too? At least we have something in common.
It hurts. It hurts so bad you think you're gonna die from it. But you don't. You get over it.
I wonder.
The tide's holding one of their boats against our port side. We're leaving on it.
Take it and go. You owe me no loyalty. But while I live, Hu Chang is never going to take these cases away from me.
He's not going to take them from you. Neither will anyone else. getting out of here.
Macmillan!
Thank you, McMillan. I'm sorry. You didn't get your money after all.
Forget it.
Strange, isn't it? One time in my life, I tried to do something for someone else. It was all in vain.
No, not completely.